feeling a bit bleh. So many things going on in my head. Things seem to be slightly linking up actually today. But I'm trying to read this story about thing, and it's just bleh. There's so much to do, but I think things are slightly coming together actually, which is nice. And I want to try and just thought I'd. It's quite helpful having this, and as I'm trying to voice it, but then as soon as I'm on this video thing, I just don't know what to say, because it just is weird, and it's like I'm talking to myself. But I don't know why I'd rather write it down all the time. I don't know why that is, because surely like this is slightly less permanent than writing it down, because I can delete this so easily, but it's going to take quite a lot of time to like delete everything I've written. But it's really cool actually being able to look back at what I've written. I was looking at this as well, but like when it's written it just seems more ordered, doesn't it, in some way. But anyway, yeah, just really appreciating my conversations with people actually. Just, it's funny like how it just talking about it just brings something that you were already thinking about forwards. It's weird, like that you can't just do it just from writing it. It's sometimes just the conversations of it. I'm just getting so fascinated by this ideology stuff, and I keep thinking, where does everything come from? Where does your ideas of what things are, like Michelangelo as a genius and things, all come from? Because like, you know, obviously I haven't read the Vasari stuff about, you know, which is all about creating this idea of a genius and things like that. This idea of artistic genius has been going on for centuries, and I'm thinking, where did it actually come from? Like where, but when I was born, where have I gotten this idea of it from? I was thinking obviously galleries and TV programs and things like that, but everyone has probably heard of Leonardo or Michelangelo and sees them as like these artistic geniuses. But are they getting it from media? Where are they actually getting that from? And when was the first time I came across that? I really don't know. I'm trying to think of the first time I ever heard of those people. No. I'm sure the first time I heard of Leonardo da Vinci, or the first time I like Michelangelo or people like that, was not the first time I went to Paris, which was like year 10, so first year of GCSE, so I would have been what, 19, 18, 17, like 15, no way, I would have heard of them before, like then, just in general conversation. It's so weird where this idea of like the artistic struggling and like the artistic temperament and stuff like that, like why is it actually like that? Why is it this idea of struggling and torment of creation and things? Because it kind of is the case, just because you feel so frustrated when you haven't got an idea and you can't visualise it and you can't do it, and there's always this permanent self-doubt, which, but I would have thought everyone would feel that, and isn't that just life? But then that's quite depressing. Like some people surely just don't have to struggle with things like that, maybe just because they choose not to. Maybe just when you're struggling with big ideas like that, you're always going to be struggling with it, because it is a big thing. It's not something that can just be simply understood, I guess. It's just so annoying. I don't want to have a career that just, you know, I was saying to Ben, that just essentially makes me depressed. Like, what? I suppose. So that goes back to this idea that we were talking about when we were talking about happiness, that you can't appreciate true happiness unless you've appreciated like true sorrow. It's interesting, isn't it? so much better when I forget to look at the camera and don't get distracted by the fact that I can see me. Which I don't like being able to watch myself. It's weird, isn't it? Seeing all the little things you do, like that you're not really aware of. I got a message. Someone had a haircut while they were drunk. It's quite funny. Always a bad idea. Yeah, I'm feeling really positive now, actually. It's nice how people can make such a difference, isn't it? Just by saying just that one little thing, and like even at the time it doesn't quite register. Like, I think one of the things Ben said to me on Friday when I was about to have a bit of a wobbly, just like, you know, don't panic. And I was like, well, I'm not panicking, but I clearly was panicking. And just like, what is the use of panicking? Like, it doesn't actually achieve anything. It really doesn't. But I think it's just like learning to just get that balance. Like, balance is, it's all about balance, isn't it? Just keep popping up. But it's just, I think that's one of those things that you just take a lifetime to learn, and you probably will never find the right balance. I suppose it's just we're struggling to find balance. I think that's what everyone's doing, isn't it? That's why you struggle with anything. It's because you're struggling to find the right balance of understanding and knowing that you'll never really understand everything or understand anything, but still striving to understand it at the same time. But it's hard to find a balance. Balance between, you know, socialising and spending time alone. Balance in relationships, balance in everything, isn't it? But you'll never really truly find balance. It's just not possible. But then, is balance like